Because, as Henry David Thoreau wrote, how vain it is to sit down to write when you have not stood up to live. However, since I have been blessed to live a life that many people will only dream of, I write so that others may learn from this book, just as I have learned from others. Any financial gain from its publication will go 100% to college scholarships for needy individuals at the University of Virginia College at Wise, my own alma mater. I am not trying to tell you some particular way to get rich, as there are literally thousands of ways to become financially secure if you have a passion and are willing to work hard, develop a plan or plans, involve others, and persist. What I want to do is speak to you from experience, so that you too can do what others before you have done if you repeat their actions, as long as this is your desire. Note that I said a desire that is so strong that it becomes a passion, not merely a wish. To help the reader, perhaps I should tell you about myself. I am the son of a coal miner, and neither of my parents went beyond a grade school education. Through my experience, I am going to show you that if you follow certain steps and principles, you can be a success. My background is in finance and banking. At age 41, I became president and chief executive officer of a savings and loan that was on the verge of being closed by the federal banking authorities. The savings and loan had lost its capital of $1.5 million in the previous 3 years. The former CEO had not been able to keep the institution profitable. Interest rates had gone out of sight, and there appeared to be no solution available. The savings and loan was located in a coal mining area with a high rate of unemployment, a tremendous number of foreclosed properties, and loans with 30-year maturities at fixed rates that were much lower than the cost of deposits. Not exactly an ideal situation. However, I was young, optimistic, and naive. For the next 18 years, while I was CEO, the savings and loan, later converted to a savings bank, was profitable every single year. In fact, it was very profitable. The bank was sold as I approached 60, and I was asked by the other trustees of the Napoleon Hill Foundation to become executive director and manage the foundation's affairs on a daily basis. When I became executive director, I had little knowledge of book publishing, but my accounting degree, my years in banking, and my experience as owner of several businesses in fields such as real estate development, dry cleaning services, commercial real estate rentals, cable television, and spring water helped me tremendously. But in addition to having a varied business background, I have been a lover of books all my life. This love of books from a variety of varied disciplines had led me to read thousands of books and listen to hours upon hours of audio tapes. Since I was a lover of books on success, including biographies, I became partial to Dr. Napoleon Hill because his works have endured for close to a century. Napoleon Hill's classic, Think and Grow Rich, was first published in 1937. When I was in my 20s, I discovered Think and Grow Rich, which had sold out its first printing in 6 weeks, even though it was priced at $2.50 in the middle of the Great Depression. This bestseller was reprinted 3 times in its first year. Today, first editions are offered for sale for $1,000 or more. It has been continuously in print for more than 70 years and still sells well. A recent survey of best-selling business books ranked Think and Grow Rich as the number 15 motivational book of all time. Most such best-selling books disappear from the bookstores after 12 to 24 months, but continuous demand worldwide has made this one of the champion titles in history. Think and Grow Rich has influenced millions of people. Motivational writers and speakers today will quickly tell you that they were deeply affected by the book. There have been many books written about success, and you may wonder why another book should be written. Some of the first books were those from people like Samuel Smiles, who wrote Self-Help in 1859. Smiles wrote about the human ability for self-improvement and wrote actual stories that showed persistence. Failure can be conquered by perseverance, and the many examples Smiles wrote about can be applied in today's world if success is your goal. Samuel Smiles's book was read and its principles absorbed by noted self-help authors such as Dr. Orison Swett Marden and Dr. Napoleon Hill. Both of these writers have been read by millions, especially Dr. Hill, the first self-help writer who studied more than 500